So a few months ago, back in January, back at the beginning of the year, bro, your boy PSCompulsionn, aka the Prince of YouTube, aka that 28-year-old kid with the light squeaky voice that you all know and love, created the LeBron James Era. Now, when I created it, I didn't think nothing of it. I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna put together a scenario where you could start in the 2010-2011 NBA season, because back then, that's when I really started to fall in love with basketball. And during that time, there was just so many crazy stuff going on in the NBA. Literally, once LeBron decided to leave Cleveland and go to the Miami Heat and create that super team, that destroyed the whole NBA. That in of itself is an era. That was the beginning of the LeBron James era. That brought a lot of memories, bro. MVP Derrick Rose, that team, that Chicago Bulls team was crazy. Then we had the Cleveland Cavaliers trying to rebuild. Melo trying to find his way out of Denver and would eventually be traded to the New York Knicks. My New York Knicks. We had so many storylines back then, bro. That era definitely needed to be in NBA 2K. So that's what I did. I created the LeBron James era, and I didn't think nothing of it. Now today, NBA 2K dropped some news for NBA 2K24. And for my NBA, they decided to add the LeBron James era. Literally the same thing that I created the beginning of this year, bro. They added it to the new NBA 2K. I've been playing the LeBron James era months in advance, bro, before the newest game even came out. Let that sink in. 2K gotta give me some credit on that one, bro, because literally it's the same exact thing. And I'm about to go through the courtside report. I didn't read through it, I just like skimmed through it. All I saw was the picture of the LeBron James era, and that immediately ticked me off. I'm like, wait, nobody's gonna mention PSCompulsionn. Nobody's gonna say anything like I haven't been dropping rebuilds for the LeBron James era for months now. Real ones know. When y'all think of the LeBron James era, when y'all pick up NBA 2K24, y'all start playing, y'all see that LBJ era, always think back to who did it first. Your boy PSCompulsionn. But anyways, we're about to get into that courtside report and see all the good stuff that hopefully NBA 2K24 improved on when it comes to my NBA. But before I go any further, of course, subscribe to my channel if you haven't, bro. When 2K24 comes out, we're gonna be dropping bangers. We definitely gonna be dropping bangers. Who knows? I might create myself another era. I'm not saying anything. Y'all just gonna see, bro. Y'all gonna see. Let me stop. So, ladies and gentlemen, NBA 2K24, we got our courtside reports. First courtside report was the gameplay. Next up was the W. The W is actually low-key fun. I normally play it when I'm really bored, and it's not that bad. So to see them adding a little bit of improvements here and there, that's pretty good. Happy for the WNBA. Next up, we have my NBA. Take control of the league in my NBA. So it says, take control of the association and your favorite players from the iconic eras in my NBA. The ultimate basketball franchise mode is back. So here they are just going over what they did last year. Of course, last year was an introduction of the Magic versus Bird era. Then you had the Jordan era in the 90s. And then the early 2000s, you had the Kobe era. And of course, that's when I added in my LeBron James era. But it looks like they're doing it right now too. So for NBA 2K24, the LeBron James era is officially a thing. Here on the picture, they got LeBron, Wade, MVP Rose, CP3, who wasn't on the Los Angeles Clippers at this time, Carmelo Anthony, who was not on my New York Knicks during this time, and then you have Kevin Durant on the Oklahoma City Thunder. So it says the LeBron era, the rise of the modern super teams. Will LeBron James and the Heatles go for not 5, not 6? What about the MVP trio of Durant, Harden, and Westbrook in OKC? It's all up to you. That's how they describe, you know, their version of the LeBron James era. Hold on, let me see if I can pull up mine real quick. Definitely putting the link to this video in the description. I'm gonna see if I can put it on the screen too. You know what? I'm gonna definitely see if I could do that. I wish I could thumbs up my own video like 1,000,000 times. But the LeBron era, starting the 2010s after LeBron's huge decision to team up with Wade and Bosh in Miami. That decision changed the landscape of the NBA for the next few years to come. That's how I described it. Listen, quick plug, go back I was gonna say go out. Go back, check out my video. Leave a thumbs up on that. So that screenshot there, it looks pretty good. I can't lie. The picture looks pretty good, although that is a little bit of false advertising in my opinion. Melo should not be here and Chris Paul shouldn't, because Chris Paul wasn't on the Clippers during that time. I think he was still on the Hornets. And Melo was still trying to find his way out of Denver. He got traded during the season. Unless they could start the era during like the off season. I'm sure there should be an option to start during the off season. But then if you start during the off season, LeBron wouldn't technically be on the Miami Heat. He would still be on the Cleveland Cavaliers getting ready to leave to go to the Miami Heat. And literally the whole era would be different, because Bosh would have never went to Miami. LeBron probably would have never went to Miami. And then everybody will be like all over the place on different teams. I don't know. It remains to be seen. We're going to see what happens when we actually get a chance to hop into some gameplay when the game drops. So they said, this fall, take your talents to South Beach and join LeBron James and the Heatles. I don't know why they keep calling them the Heatles. In NBA 2K24. The previous iteration of the 2K franchise had all those other errors. Okay, so now there's a total of 5 playable errors for NBA 2K24 next gen. It says, thanks to LeBron's televised decision, which nearly 10 million US viewers anxiously watched, the 2010s kicked off dramatically as the kid from Akron left his hometown team to join forces with Wade and Bosh to create the next super team. Cool. And then they also put in a highlight on the 2011 NBA draft class with Kyrie, Jimmy Butler, Klay Thompson, Kawhi Leonard. Definitely one of the better draft class too. Like, that draft class definitely is up there when you look at talent. But that's all that they said about it. So that's this whole LeBron James era right here is basically the same thing that I created back in January. I'm just saying. I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but 2K gotta give me some credit for this. Y'all gotta run me some royalties or something for that, because that's crazy. So they got new era features. This is the main thing that I wanted to talk about though. Let's see all the new features that was added to this game mode, because last year obviously was the start of my NBA eras where they added all the different eras. Let's see if they actually added specific things to make each era feel a little bit more authentic and realistic for their time period. So it says, as you progress through the 2010s into the modern era, you'll notice players undergo an automatic agent transformation. So I hope that, you know, oh, it says, watch Kobe evolve from young Froby in the early 2000s to the smooth-headed, cerebral Black Mamba. Okay, that's pretty dope right there. So that's one thing. When I hop into this game mode, I'm going to pay a lot of attention to that. Let's see if players actually, you know, age with the time. So more than likely, one of my first rebuilds for NBA 2K24 is going to be a LeBron James era rebuild. Of course, I got to do my New York Knicks. I always do my New York Knicks. So I'm gonna test that theory out. That was the main problem that I had for my LeBron James era for NBA 2K23, is adding the correct faces and trying to make them look how they look back then. Obviously, I'm not able to do it for like a lot of players, so I did the best that I could. So it was a scenario that I just kept on updating, you know, and trying my best to like figure out, and it looks like they figured that part out for 2K24, so that's pretty dope. So this screenshot right here, 2K times, and it looks like back, I don't know which era this is, well, judging from Larry Bird and Magic Johnson right here, Bird and Magic Johnson era. So looking back on these two features, I could say it's pretty dope how they're doing it. So adding that little bit of authenticity to it makes for definitely better gameplay when it comes to someone that wants to jump into those eras. So that makes sense. It says it right here near the end of the 90s, print journalism transitions into web 1.0 and social media and all that good stuff. Pretty cool. Next up, we got My NBA Online. I don't play My NBA Online at all. I don't know if any of you guys do. It seems like something that you should be playing with your friends. I'm not sure how it would work like online. That's one mode that I never really got into, trying to play it online. So they have a bunch of different, looks like different sliders in terms of what you can and can't do: commissioner, admin, time manager, game manager. So they're adding a little bit more customization to My NBA Online. Like I said, I'm not too familiar with it because I don't play it. So do with this as you will. Not really something for the game mode overall that I wanted to see, but you know, it's still something good, and that's about it. Oh wait, we still got a little bit more stuff right here. It says, welcome to My NBA Lite. Simply pick a team and go. The entire My NBA experience has been streamlined from My NBA Lite on new gen, allowing you to get into the game faster, make trades without CBA restrictions and all that stuff, extend contracts whenever you want. So this is basically, it sounds like My League. If I'm being honest, it sounds like My League, but it sounds like a more condensed version to My NBA for people that just wants to do whatever the heck they want to do, like literally. So My NBA Lite is built on 3 core pillars: drafting, trading, and winning championships. Okay, so it's literally a simplified version of My NBA. So I could see people playing this game mode if they want to probably do like a My Career kind of thing, because I know some people will create their own player and they would jump into My NBA and like player lock themselves to the player and then do, you know, certain My Player videos that way and gameplay that way, or play My Career that way. So that seems like something that they would use this for, which is still pretty dope. It's not nothing too bad. I'm gonna hop into it and give it a shot and see what it's all about. And when the game drops, I'll definitely make that comparison between My NBA Lite and My NBA in general. And wow, this is the last part. So they really didn't add much to My NBA Eras this year, which really sucks because there's a lot of other things that I feel like could be added before I go over this part, such as like player roles, bringing that back. Who remembers association mode when you could actually have a player as a starter and have their role be a starter and them not really get upset because, you know, they're not getting a certain amount of playing time and stuff of that nature? Like, if I tell a player you're a 6-man, you're a 6-man. Yes, you could ask to upgrade your role, but if I don't want to upgrade your role, I don't want to upgrade your role. Because after a certain point when playing My NBA, and this is a problem that is had for years. This is just something I'm just blurting out like randomly. Like, this just came to my mind. But literally, if you have a player that's over 80 overall, they're not going to stay on your team if they're coming off the bench. They're not. Eventually, they're just going to get tired of it and they're just going to leave. Like, I wish player roles was a thing where, hey, this is what you're going to be, and the player can either accept it or not accept it. And if they don't, you trade them. If they accept it, you keep them. Now, I'm going off on a tangent. Last thing, 2023 collective bargaining agreement. The NBA and the National Basketball Players Association agreed on a new CBA. So basically stuff to have to do with salary cap, luxury tax bracket scale with the salary cap. Teams can always sign second round picks. You know, a lot of these, you know, these are small changes, but obviously as the years go on and there's new CBAs and new player agreements with the association, obviously a lot of this stuff is going to change. So a lot of this stuff is things you kind of expect to be updated, so it's nothing too crazy, but it's still definitely some good little changes. All NBA teams are positionless. That should have been a thing. That really should have been a thing. But that's literally it. And it says, if you're wondering about My League on the current gen consoles, don't fret. The popular hands-on mode is back in NBA 2K24. Okay, what changes did you add? It says, make executive decisions as general manager and lead your franchise to championship glory, or elevate the league status as the commissioner of the NBA. In other words, they didn't do nothing to improve My League or My GM on current gen, which really sucks for you guys. I'm being honest, it really sucks for you guys. So ladies and gentlemen, that was NBA 2K24 My NBA Eras courtside report. And honestly, I'm a little bit disappointed that they didn't add anything else. These just seem like a bunch of small changes in my opinion. However, in my opinion, with the small changes, some of them could really make a difference game-wise. I'm just being honest, especially when doing certain rebuilds. I feel like it could make a little bit of a difference. That remains to be seen. NBA 2K24, I'm gonna be optimistic. I'm gonna be positive like I always am. And I'm gonna see how it plays out. I just wanna make sure that the game mode is like fully functional, because in the past there's been bugs and glitches, especially when it comes to like expansion teams downloading certain logos. Your logos will disappear off the court. A lot of that BS. If a lot of those things were addressed and a lot of those issues were fixed, I feel like the game mode would be better off in general, because I don't like playing a game and having to go through all those bugs and all that BS, and a lot of it not being patched makes things even worse. So if they fix a lot of those bugs, a lot of those glitches, and these small changes actually makes the eras feel a little bit more authentic and a little bit more realistic, I feel like it's a win-win. So I'm gonna stay optimistic. I like what I'm seeing. A little bit disappointed that I didn't see a little bit more, but what can you expect? This is not my career or my team, so you're not going to see anything too crazy. But anyways, leave a comment for me in the comment section below. Tell me what you guys think, and I'll see you guys in the next video. This is the Prince of YouTube, signing out. Also, y'all gotta check out my version of the LeBron James Era. Link is gonna be in the description. I'm also gonna post it somewhere like on the screen, but nonetheless, your boy created LeBron James Era. I'm gonna die on that hill. This is the Prince of YouTube, signing out.